Hello from Texas. It's Grandpa Hickory saying hello to all. I got my coffee. You got yours? It's been kind of a different day for me. Seems like we all have it, you know. I didn't wake up till 8 o'clock this morning. I had an appointment to get my hair cut, my pedicure done, and it was at 8:15. So I had to run, get ready, run out, dive in the car, and go over there. And you know, you got to be careful on the highways. I pulled out quickly, and there was cars coming this way. They were way back, so I had time to go. But boy, they stepped up on it when I started pulling out. I made it across, but it really shook me up. You know, I didn't get to go walking this morning either, and I walk every morning. We got real nice weather out here. It's cloudy and cool, and I accidentally went to sleep last night and left my windows cracked about that much on each side of my car, and it come a gully washer. I mean, it was raining like everything. Well, I didn't think anything about it. When I got in my car today and I smelt something, and I was driving along, I kept hearing this sloshing sound. Well, I went out there with a roll of towels. I've been out there cleaning that mess up, and I've got to pull the mats out. You know, I got those plastic, hard plastic mats in there. I got to pull them out, bring them up in front of my apartment, and use that water hose they have out there, and rinse them all down, and then let them dry. And I got to pull the mats out from the back seat, and get them out of there, clean that mess up, and take them out and let them dry. We do things, you know. We just really do, don't we? I'm going to close these blinds. There you go. That's better. It's right in my eyes. But, you know, you never know. You never know what can be from one day to the next. I was talking to that lady while she was fixing my feet and everything. She's working on them. And she was telling me that, well, she didn't know that I knew him, but this man sold me and my wife a house back in 1989 out in the country on almost 3 acres. It was our little hobby farm. He didn't tell us about everything, and we had so much damage to the place. It was unbelievable. And he had went up $30-something thousand on that house. And so, see, if we had known it, we would have saved ourselves $30,000, because we could have caught him in it and said, wait a minute, you're offering it at this price. But anyway, you know, that's water under the bridge. But she told me today that he had passed away. His daughter had took him out to eat, and they had went to a place, and when they got in there, he just leaned over the table with his head down. Of course, they had to get him out, get him to the hospital, but they couldn't save him. His heart gave out on him. He was 96 years old. So I've been, praying for that family. God help them. It's horrible when you lose a loved one. It really is. It's just horrible. And I hated to hear it. You know, I know that we all have an expiration date on our lives. I know this. And I know that it's impossible to escape the day of one's own death. But, you know, me and my brother talk about it. My brother's fixing to be 77. I'm fixing to be 73. And, he is an Army Chief Warrant Officer, retired. And he's the only one living out of all those years of service that he had in the U.S. Army. Everybody else has passed away. And we were talking about school and everything else, and everybody's dead. And I think there's one living that I went to school with many a year ago. And to my knowledge, there's only one living. I don't hear from him anymore. I'm not on Facebook. I got kicked off of Facebook. They didn't like my video. I have prayer and everything, and they did not like that. So the Zuckerbergs had me kicked off of Facebook, which is okay with me. I've heard that the Zuckerbergs are in charge in Satanism. They're in that global Satanist cult. It's some kind of, they call it a church, but I don't call that church at all. If anything, it's abomination. But he wrote his wife, Mrs. Zuckerberg, she was given some kind of a talk at one of their big meetings they had. There's billionaires that belong to that. Bill Gates is in it. I forgot how many others are in it, they said. But she was up there talking about it, and she wears an upside down cross. So I don't care that they did kick me off Facebook. I don't think the Lord wanted me on it in the first place. If I'd known they were into that, I never would have got into Facebook anyway. But I did it mainly to reach others. I have a ministry of prayer, and I like to pray for people and everything. But he wrote, I tell you what, just, you never know from one day to the next what will happen in your life. You know, like I was talking to that lady, Miss Gervania, and I told her, I said, you know, just driving from your apartment a block, 2 blocks away, you could be broadsided and killed. There was a doctor in Arlington, Texas, that was on Matlock Road. I'll never forget it as long as I live. And he had left the hospital the end of the day, and the traffic's always bumper to bumper in Arlington. It was horrible on Matlock Road. And any road, he got broadsided. He was killed on impact. Gone. Just that quick. And he was young. He was a very successful doctor. He had a career ahead of him, and was making money like you wouldn't believe. So he had all kinds of plans and everything else, and just like that, it's over with. We're not promised tomorrow, and none of us are going to get out of this world alive, and I'm aware of that. I'm aware of it. But I don't know, I'm just having my coffee and trying to get awake. My days go by so quickly. It's unbelievable. And I guess you've noticed it too. You get up, you plan on doing this, and something else happens, like with my car. Now I got to drop everything, go out there and work on that and clean it up. And it's my fault. I know that it is. And I just forgot about it, you know. I got busy doing different things, and I'd talk to my brother on the phone, and I was talking to him, and then after that, I went ahead and went to sleep. And boy, it rained like everything. But he wrote, I'll get it cleaned up. It's just one of those things, you know. That's life. If my wife was here, she would say, that's life. She's deceased and gone on, and I sure miss her. Tell you, I just about cried today. I heard that song, When You Wish Upon a Star, you know. And that was Walt Disney, I think, put that out with that movie they had on, I think, Pinocchio. And I remembered it when I was a lad of a boy. I'd watch that in wonder, me and my sister. And then when that song would come on, we would cry. And my sister's deceased also. She died of breast cancer. They gave her Exloda. Don't ever take, well, anyway, I would never take Exloda. My wife took it too, and they both developed identical tumors in the brain, 3 of them. And I'm very unhappy about that. Nothing I can do about it. But my wife is deceased, and my sister's deceased. And of course, I lost my dad to lung cancer. My dad smoked Marlboro cigarettes all the time. They had a cowboy that he was the Marlboro cowboy. And boy, my dad said he's strong. He drinks, he smokes Marlboro cigarettes. He drinks coffee too. I was supposed to say he drinks coffee, but anyway, that shortly after my dad told me that, the man came down with lung cancer and died. And then right after that, my dad came down with lung cancer and he died. So, you know, you never know. But I don't mean to be negative this morning. I've just, found out about that man passing away, and, I realized, wow, we never know what our tomorrows hold. Hey, you have a wonderful day. I just wanted to have a bit of coffee and talk with you for a while and let you all know that I appreciate each and every one of you. Please hit the like button, and I'm inviting you to subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye from rainy Texas. Bye-bye.